FCS parents, it is the Thursday before Thanksgiving break, and it seems like everybody's holding it together pretty well. Usually before a big break like Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter, kids tend to lose focus a little bit the last few days before the break, but it seems so far they're holding it together pretty well. Just gave a quiz to some of my middle school Bible kids, and they did pretty well on that quiz. I was pretty impressed. So they're holding it together, but I know that they're excited about Thanksgiving break. The kids I've talked to so far, they're already talking about eating turkey and taking time off and playing video games and all that things that they have the entire week off for. But as I talked to them today, I've talked to many of the students about how, again, just like I explained during Veterans Day, we don't just take a holiday off just to take time off. It is a national holiday, Thanksgiving. All schools are out, at least for a part of next week. Most schools are out for the entire week. But I expressed to the students that I didn't want them just taking the time off just to, play video games and do selfish things like that. I wanted them to actually use this time to reflect on everything they have to be thankful for. That's the first thing. That's kind of the first homework assignment I gave them. Reflect on being thankful. What are you thankful for? What are the things in your life? What are the blessings God has given you? Both the general blessings and the specific blessings. And if parents, you can ask your middle school students specifically about general and specific blessings, and they should be able to tell you the difference. If not, then maybe they need to study a little bit more. But they should be able to express what they're thankful for. And beyond that, because they are so thankful for so much, they should be willing to go out and help. So another homework assignment I gave them is to go out and help somebody else. I know a lot of churches are doing some outreach programs next week. I know there are a lot of community organizations that do outreach programs next week. So I encourage the middle school and high school kids, get involved, do something, give back, do something for somebody else, not just for yourself. And I've challenged them to do that, and I'm hoping that they will. Being thankful and expressing your thankfulness. And as Christians, we should be thankful year-round, right? It should be a lifestyle of thankfulness. It should be something we do throughout the year. We should be helping others and doing outreach throughout the year. But if we can't do it at this time of year, when the entire world is kind of focusing on that concept and that idea, then when can we do it? So again, I've challenged the students to take that and do it what they can. So as parents, I ask you to help me and encourage your kids to do that. Back me up a little bit in terms of getting your kids out there, giving back to others, doing community service, doing ministry through your churches. Those are all important things that we should all be involved in. And as we celebrate this Thanksgiving time, I've talked to the kids this week. Our Christian characteristic this week is being thankful. So we've talked a lot about thankfulness, where that comes from. Obviously, in terms of our country, Thanksgiving is a holiday because of the Pilgrims and the Native Americans and everything that took place there. But as Christians, I've talked to the kids about this week, sitting down to a meal to express thankfulness goes much further back than a few hundred years ago with the Pilgrims. If you take a back at the look at, I can't even talk now. If you take a look back at the book of Leviticus, at the fellowship offering, one of the 5 Levitical sacrifices, the fellowship offering, one component of that was the thanks offering. And as a whole, the fellowship offering was you bring your sacrifice and you offer part of that to God, and then part of that was shared as a meal with the person who brought the sacrifice, their guests, and the priests. And again, part of that fellowship offering was the thanks offering. So sharing a meal in thankfulness goes back much further than the Pilgrims. And it really is part of our Judeo-Christian heritage. And so once again, just kind of reinforces the idea. This is an important holiday. It's a chance to go back and reflect of all the things that God has done, all the ways that God has blessed us in our lives. Okay, a few things I want you guys to take note of on the calendar. First of all, when we get back from Thanksgiving break, which I believe is November 27th, we've only got like 3 weeks left of school. So I know at that point, teachers are going to be pressing pretty hard for kids to get stuff done. So if one of your children is a little bit behind, maybe they got some work to do, I would encourage you to check that out. Make sure they don't have any overdue work over that over Thanksgiving break that they can complete while they have some time off. That's another thing that they can do, is get caught up over Thanksgiving break. Because like I said, teachers are going to press pretty hard because we only have 3 weeks left and we want students to complete their work by the end of the semester. So that's an important thing to take note of. Also, December 1st, here in the city of Fairfield, they have a downtown Christmas tree lighting, and there's lots of booths and activities taking place out there. And it's from 6 to 8:30 p.m. on December 1st, and Fairfield Christian School will be out there. We're going to have a booth along with Real Life Church, and we're going to have some handouts for people for Fairfield Christian School. In fact, some of our alumni, specifically Asher, Naima, Sierra, Jeremiah, and one of our current students, one of our seniors, Jordan, they're going to be out there singing Christmas carols. We're going to have some other things going out there. We have some crafts for the kids to do. So come on out and support Fairfield Christian School on that evening. They're going to do it rain or shine. So I'll be out there, rain or shine, with if it's raining, have my raincoat on. But it's going to be a great time. We'll be out there letting people know about Fairfield Christian School and spreading Christmas cheer as we are part of the Christmas tree lighting in downtown Fairfield. So come on out and support Fairfield Christian School. Also, an important date to note on your calendar is December 8th. Make sure you have that date on your calendar. That will be our Christmas variety show. I know the kids are working real hard on their routines for our variety show, and so make sure that date is marked December 8th, and we'll get more details about that out to you, probably through the email, and then through Thursday Thoughts once we have more details worked out on that as well. And then finals for high school students, December 11th through the 14th. Make sure you're aware of those. Make sure your kids are studied up, ready to go. Make sure they get good night's sleep going into those finals. Make sure they have a good breakfast on those days. Finals are tough. Our schedule does change a little bit for middle school and high school students during that week because of the high school finals. They have an hour and 45-minute periods, so that gives them plenty of time to complete those big exams. And so just be aware of that. The schedule will be a little bit different for middle school, high school students, and high school students specifically need to get lots of rest and need to have lots of energy for that week. It will be a little bit grueling. All right, and then of course the 15th is December 15th is the last day of school for this semester, and then we're on Christmas break, so we're almost halfway through the school year. Can you believe it? It's both exciting and scary at the same time. But anyway, this week we're going into Thanksgiving break. I hope you guys have a good chance to spend some time with some family and friends, get a chance to really reflect on all the blessings God has provided us. And as I said, we've got a few things coming up, so I'm hoping to see some of you at some of those events we've got coming up, specifically the tree lighting downtown and the Christmas variety show as well. And if I don't see you at those things, hopefully I'll see you someplace real soon. But have a great week next week. God bless.